Welcome to Flow Tao Salon. Today, we're diving into a really groundbreaking report about the future of Chinese restaurants all around the world. And trust me, the story it tells, it's probably not what you're thinking.
For most of us, that's the classic image, right? The family-run corner restaurant. For decades, that was the story of Chinese food abroad. It was all about immigration, hard work. But new research shows that entire landscape is being radically, and I mean radically, transformed.
So, our guide for all this is a study called the China Catering Brand Overseas Development Report 2026, and it comes from the Red Press Industry Research Institute. It basically lays out a roadmap for a completely new era of culinary expansion. So, yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, so to really get a handle on where we are now, we've got to look at how we got here, right? I mean, the journey of Chinese food abroad didn't just happen overnight. The report does a brilliant job of breaking this whole evolution down into four really distinct stages. Each one has its own vibe, its own reasons for being. It all started with what they call the 1.0 survival era, immigrants opening these small shops just to make a living. Then we moved into 2.0, the exploration phase, where you'd see single stores kind of testing the waters in nearby markets. That grew into 3.0, the chain expansion, where successful restaurants started copying their models, usually in places with big Chinese communities. But today we are firmly in the 4.0 era, system-based expansion. And this isn't just a small step, it's a total paradigm shift. We've gone from simple survival to a full-on strategic, system-driven global race. And that brings us to the core finding of this entire report. It's this massive, fundamental change in what it even means for a brand to go global. It's not just about selling food in a new place anymore. No, the very definition of what's being exported, that's what has changed. And look, this quote from the report really says it all. For these Chinese restaurant brands, going international has totally shifted from being a nice-to-have option to a must-do imperative. So why the big rush? Well, it's pretty simple. The market back home is just fiercely competitive, and at the same time, global supply chains have gotten so much better, making it way more doable than ever before. It's really about survival and growth now. So what does this new era actually look like? It all comes down to this key idea the report calls system-based expansion. And listen, this is not just about exporting a menu or a great chef. No way. It's about exporting the entire operational engine. We're talking the supply chain, the standardized kitchen rules, the digital management software, the whole brand identity. It's the whole shebang. And this slide just lays it out so clearly. The old way, product export. That was all about the food itself, right? The goal was pretty straightforward. Just copy a successful menu in a new city. But the new way, system export, that is a completely different ballgame. The focus now is the entire business blueprint. The goal isn't just to copy a menu. It's to copy and paste the entire successful business model, from how you get your ingredients all the way to the software that runs the place. So this pretty dramatic shift has created a whole new global playbook. And it's really defined by three major trends that are shaping the industry right now. Let's break them down. All right, first up, the way these companies pick their next location, it's become incredibly strategic, super sophisticated. The report has a great name for it: strategic global market layering. You can really think of it like brands are now playing on a global chessboard. It's not random. You've got high-end dining targeting places like Europe and the Middle East. Your fast casual spots are focusing on Southeast Asia and the West. And the value-focused chains? They're looking at emerging markets, say in Latin America. Okay, trend number 2 is all about who is actually playing this global game, because the cast of characters, it's gotten way bigger. See, for the longest time, only the real industry giants could even afford to think about going global. But that has totally changed. Better supply chains and all these specialized service companies have lowered the barrier to entry. And what that means is that a lot more mid-tier and even niche brands can now get in on the action and compete on the world stage. And third, what it actually takes to win in this new environment has fundamentally changed. The key skills for success, they're just different now. And this really illustrates the final piece of the puzzle perfectly. Success today is defined by how well a brand can replicate its entire operational system, not just its recipes. Think about that. The ultimate competitive advantage is being able to reliably and efficiently just copy and paste your whole business model into a totally new country and a new culture. But, as you can probably guess, when you start exporting an entire business system,
Well, that introduces a whole new universe of complexity. The challenges aren't just about, should we make this dish less spicy anymore? The main hurdles are now legal and regulatory. We're talking navigating everything from franchise laws and IP protection to cross border tax codes. It is an absolute minefield if you're not prepared.
So, with all this change, what are the really big takeaways here? What do you need to remember? The report boils it all down to three absolutely crucial findings. First, and this is maybe the most important one, the value is no longer just in the bowl of noodles. The real value, and the real key to scaling up, is in the efficiency and the replicability of the entire business model. The product is now the system itself.
Second, the world is now the stage. Choosing where to expand isn't just about going next door anymore. It's become a super strategic decision. The smartest brands are actively playing that global chess game, layering their approach across the world, carefully matching their specific brand and price point to just the right market.
And finally, number three, and this is a huge insight. In the past, international law was just seen as a barrier, right? A headache. Well, now that's completely flipped on its head. The brands that actually master the complex legal stuff of international business, they're the ones who are going to be able to expand faster and more sustainably. Legal know-how has literally become a core competitive advantage. So this entire shift from just selling a product to selling a system, this global chess game of markets and turning legal compliance into a weapon, it all leaves us with one big question as we look to the future. What we're watching here is a new kind of empire being built, not of land, but of logistics and brand power. The question is, who is going to build the most successful blueprint for that future? From all of us here at Flow Tao Salon, wishing you a prosperous year of the horse.